Introduction. A pivot table is a data summarization tool that is widely used in a commercial application, and it is used to obtain a summary for a certain data collection in a compressed manner. And it is very useful tool when combining large amount of data contains in Microsoft Excel that let the users to organize and draw conclusions for acquired data more quickly. And pivot table consists for column, rows, page, and data fields. This might be rearranged and help in expanding, isolating, summarizing, and grouping specific data. We will study the population for Asian countries from 2015 to 2020. And for data analysis, we will apply pivot table by using the pivot table as a programming tool to examine and analyze Asian country population data for 2015 to 2020. The next is the step to create a pivot table. The first step is enter the source data into a range of rows and columns. In this assignment, to create an Excel table for source data showing a population of Asian country for years 2015 to 2020, and there is a column listing each country name, a column listing each country code, and a column listing the population for years 2015 to 2020. Enter the country names and population for years 2015 to 2020 in a specific set of rows and columns. The second step is to convert the source data into a table format. The source data will be converted into a table format by selecting the insert and table. And this is the image for the converted table. And step 3 is to highlight all the cells to create a pivot table. Next, highlight the cells in order to create a pivot table, like quick inserts along the top navigations and select the pivot table icon. Or you can also click anyway on your worksheet, select the pivot table, and this will open an option box. And then select the pivot tables to be placed in a new worksheet. Once you have choose the option, click the OK buttons. And step 4 is drag and drop the fields into a rows and a value area. After completing step 3, Excel will create a blank pivot table. And the next step is to drag and drop the fields labels according to the name of the columns into a new sheet into rows and values area. And this will determine what unicorns identify, like the country names, years. And click and drop the country name fields into a rows area and the years to the value area. Lastly, you will get analysis data for the pivot table.
Good day, my name is Chong Kah May, metric number 263126. So now I'm going to show on how to create a dashboard. So first I will do the slicer first. Go to the pivot table sheet and then click anywhere in the pivot table. On the home page, home tab, go to insert and then click on slicer. And then in the insert slicer dialog box, select country names and then select OK. So a slicer showing the names of the country will be created. I want to move this slicer into the dashboard sheet, so I just Ctrl X to cut the slicer and then paste on the dashboard sheet. Now I want to do a map on the dashboard. So first I select the country name and the data first, and then I copy to paste on a new sheet. Then I click on one of the names of the country and then I insert, go to recommended charts, fill map, and OK. So a map is shown on the Excel. So I delete this first so that the map will look bigger. Then I right click the map, select data, and then I go to pivot table. I select this area. OK. So a map is created and it will change accordingly to the country name selected on the slicer. So I want to move this map onto the dashboard sheet. So I cut the map and paste on the dashboard sheet. Now I want the population of the country from 2015 to 2020 is shown on the dashboard. So now I go to insert and then I select a rectangle. I will drag a rectangle first. And then in this formula bar, I will type equal and I go to pivot table. Let's say I want to do for the sum of 2015 first. So I click this cell and then I enter. I want to add population of 2050 above this number. So I go to shape also, and then I drag another shape on, and then I will type population in 2015. So now we can see that the population of Malaysia in 2015 is this amount. So I've done 6 boxes to show the population of Malaysia from 2015, 2016 until 2020. And this number will change accordingly to the country name selected on the slicer. Next, I want to do a line graph to show the population of the selected country from 2015 until 2020. The same thing, I go to insert and I insert line or area chart. I select the first one and then I right click to select data and then I go to the pivot table. I select all the cells that showing the number of population from 2015 to 2020. So there's a line graph showing the population from 2015 until 2020. So I move the line graph to fit the dashboard, and later I will make some adjustment on the size and font of the number and the year. Now I want to do a bar chart to show the population in Asian countries from 2015 until 2020. So on the home page, I go to insert and then I select insert column or bar chart and select the first chart. Then I right click and select data. So now I go to the source data and then I drag the total of the population from 2015 to 2020 and then I select OK. So a bar chart showing the population in Asian countries from 2015 to 2020 is created. To make sure my bar chart is bigger, so I delete this one. And then I adjust it to fit to the dashboard. So a bar chart showing the population in Asian countries from 2015 to 2020 is created. So this is how our dashboard looks like. There is a slicer, a map, the population in each year, and a line graph and the total population in Asian countries from 2015 until 2020. Let's say you want to see the population of China from 2015 until 2020. We can just simply select China on the slicer and the map will change to the China map, and then the population will change, number of population will change also, and then the line graph will change accordingly. This is because we have linked to the pivot table. Let's look at the pivot table. It turns to China. If we select other country like South Korea, the map will change to the map of South Korea and the population will change also. The line graph will change automatically and the pivot table will change to South Korea as well. So that's all from our group. Thank you.